Greetings and welcome to CityHawk PodTalk. I'm your host, Gina Melso. Today we're going to chat with Gael Morales, a first-generation Mexican-American college student and mechanical engineering major. Very impressive, I might say. He is also part of CRCorps, who CCD is partnered with, which we'll talk a little bit more about later in the episode. Gael is full of passion and just absolute positivity, and we are very lucky to have him here as a Community College of Denver student, and I'm very excited to talk to him. So let's jump into it. Hello, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
Oh, doing well.
Awesome.
If you could introduce yourself for us, name, age, major, a little bit about you, like where you're from, where your family's from.
Just the whole bio, huh?
Yeah,
the
just
the whole
give
gist,
me the rundown on you.
Yeah, of course. My name is Gael Morales. I'm 19. I'm a mechanical engineering student here at CCD. And I'm actually a Denver native, born and raised here in Denver, Colorado. I went to high school here in Colorado. Shout out to Global Leadership Academy. I love you guys. Love all the faculty there. And my family, we're Mexican, right? Mm-hmm. Roots in Mexico, first generation immigrants here in Mexico. And my family is actually from the state of Chihuahua, Mexico, specifically to San Cayetano, it's a little pueblito, a little ranch, way out into we call it La Sierra, right? Mountains, mountain region. And shout out to San Cayetano, Dr. Belisario Dominguez. Love you guys too. And, yeah, I mean, my parents, of course, they didn't finish high school. Well,
You said that your dad did not go to high school, right?
No,
but your mom
my dad
dropped
didn't.
out?
My mom got her GED. She actually went to high school here in Colorado, and I think it was Aurora Central.
Okay.
But she dropped out, and she got her GED. My dad, he didn't finish high school. In fact, he didn't even get to high school. He didn't even finish middle school over in Mexico. Wow. He dropped out, and he immigrated here to the United States. And yeah, I mean, coming out of high school, two parents that, they didn't even go to high school here. Of course, college was never on my radar, right? Going out of high school, my plan was to work construction with my dad, and part of me was like, okay, college, I don't know much about it. My parents definitely didn't know anything about college. Being the first, the oldest kid in my family.
Of how many?
I didn't know anything about college. My brother didn't know anything about college. My cousins, one or two may have gone to college, but we weren't. For the most part in my circle around me, college was never brought up like that much. So therefore, when I graduated, my plan wasn't to go to college. But part of me was like, you know what? I'm an avid reader. I'm half decent at math. And you know what? And my mom, she was like, yeah, you should try college. At least try it out. I was like, you know what?
No harm in trying.
I tried out. I picked my favorite community college, of course, CCD, shout out. I picked it here because of the campus. I love Auraria. Downtown Denver is very convenient. I love taking the light rail, the train, and yeah. I enrolled here at CCD and I haven't looked back since.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You're setting a great example for how many siblings do you have?
I have one sibling, my brother.
One sibling. You're setting a great example, so I applaud you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So you said that you are decent at math.
Mm-hmm.
So what made you want to enter STEM? Because, were you always decent at math? What was it?
Yeah, I mean, academically speaking, no. I was a C and B kid at most in math. But what gravitated me towards engineering was my tinkering abilities, or therefore, in Spanish we call it manos de fierro. Manos de fierro roughly translates to hands of steel. And it's not a literal translation. Basically, manos de fierro is somebody who breaks things. Yeah.
I'm one of those people.
And I remember when I was a kid, I just knew engineering was in my blood. One time I was gifted an RC boat, and it was fun at first, but it was kind of slow.
Is it like one of those remote control
Yeah.
boats?
The RC remote control boats. And I didn't like how it was so slow. So me being the manos de fierro, I took it apart and I put it back together with a bigger battery with the power tool battery, like those big old batteries.
Oh my.
And suffice to say, it didn't work. I broke it. And just...
The idea was there.
The idea was there. And I reverse engineered it, and I just did it out of just because I wanted to. And of course, I broke it. I got the name Manos de Fierro, hands of steel, for breaking it. And of course, typical engineering things. I played a lot with Legos.
Okay.
Minecraft, Redstone. You know what Minecraft Redstone?
I do. I love Minecraft.
Big Minecraft Redstone guy right here. I used to build contraptions, farms, doors, all that sort of thing. Just building.
Should have played with you back in the day.
Yeah. Just creating things was just in my blood. And in terms of math, I wasn't good at like just straight up like 1 + 2 or what's 25 times this.
Yeah.
But once we got into the more advanced math concepts and pre-calculus and algebra 1 and 2, that's when it became fascinating to me. I used to like it because it was
so crazy to me.
It just makes sense. Of course, not many people can relate.
No, I'm terrible at math.
And I was, avid reader. I just didn't see it in me. I thought it was, for me, it was the grade. At the end of the class, at the end of the exam, it was like, okay, B, C. I'm not that, at the time, I didn't think I was good at math. But I knew engineering required a lot of math, but I knew it required a lot of problem solving, which I was good at. I could solve a problem. And that's what gravitated me towards STEM. Of course, the salaries, how much money you make. That was kind of like a bonus.
Nice one.
That was a bonus. I didn't even know you could make that much in STEM. I was like an engineer, just some guy who, builds things. That's what I wanted to be. And I was kind of already there. But yeah.
Oh, I guess mechanical engineering, you still are building things.
I am building things. It's just more theoretical. It's more math.
Okay. So is that kind of like, I guess, a subgenre, subsect of mechanical engineering that you're more into, like the theories and stuff?
No, I hate the theories. I'm like the theories is like the why. I'm more of like the how, like do it. More hands-on. But of course, the theories are very important if you want to become an engineer. You got to learn them, indispensable. And mechanical engineering is very broad. You can go from aerospace, automotive, just HVAC, construction. It's just very broad. I chose mechanical engineering because it's very broad. I mean, I could go into whatever industry I would like to. Lots of job opportunities, lots of career opportunities. Just a good undergrad to have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Thank you.
So you did tell me that you were invited to, let's get this right, the All-State National Youth Service Leadership Summit in Chicago at the end of September.
Correct.
Can you tell me more about what it is and what it means to you personally to attend?
Yeah, I mean, personally, there hasn't been many details yet about the summit. I just know it's a leadership summit. We're there to meet other leaders from around the country. And I'm excited. First time I'm going to Chicago.
Yeah, I've never been either.
Never been to Chicago. Going to go see the Bean or whatever, the Willis Tower, and I'm just excited to get myself out there, just to really experience other cultures. Because as part of here being at CCD is just so diverse. Mm-hmm. It's kind of fascinated me from everything from Muslims to Hispanic students to Indian students, just students from all over the globe come here to the community college, and it just creates this melting pot of diversity and culture that I really like. And just attending this summit just allows me to even expand more that just to know more, of course, just that hunger for knowledge, leadership skills. Of course, they're going to teach us leadership skills. That's what they said. Of course, excited for that too. I'm just excited to be there. I didn't think I was going to, when I applied, I didn't think I was going to get in, but now that I'm in.
So you were hand chosen to attend?
Yes, I was hand chosen. Well, I wasn't hand chosen. I applied.
Okay.
So, but my application was good enough to where they chose me, which I think is pretty fascinating. I've never won something like, I've never been chosen for something like this. So it's kind of, to me, it's like that imposter syndrome,
I definitely understand imposter syndrome for sure. I kind of am interested, like, what did you have to put on your application to attend your submission?
Shout out to my boss and my mentor, Leah Porter.
Hey.
She taught me how to apply for these sort of things, and she just said you got to be very genuine, humble, come off as passionate too. And one of my endeavors here at not CRCorps, but here at CCD was the CRCorps STEM Day, or my CRCorps STEM Elevate initiative. I'm basically just teaching students who, probably like me, first generation, don't know much about college, don't know much about careers, just about STEM opportunities. And I led an initiative over at my old high school. Shout out to Global Leadership Academy if you attended that event. It was very cool. And I led my initiative, and I showed my leadership skills. I failed, triumphed, the whole spiel. And I put that on my application. And she told me, she was like, "Hey, fill it all out. Like the word limit was 250 words. You got to make sure you got 250 words. You can't seem lazy. You got to come off as genuine. You got to come off as humble and as passionate. And most importantly, you got to come off as passionate, because the leader needs to be passionate. A leader needs to like for example, like I look up a lot to Cesar Chavez. Cesar Chavez is he fought for farmers union farmers workers' rights, I think, in California, and one of his main personality traits was that he's so passionate that he would put himself in danger. He would put himself in actual danger just to show how passionate he was, like the Mexican people, to be represented in social equality. And that's what I was trying to come off as. I'm like, I'll work till my bones fall off, just to show that us Hispanics, we can do the same things that other people can, that we're just as capable as everybody else. And I put all that energy into that paragraph, and I guess they saw it, and now I got chosen.
That's awesome. I can tell how passionate you are from speaking to you right now, just listening to you speak. You have a fire lit underneath you.
Have a fire everywhere. What is a chip on your shoulder, or there's lots of phrases for that.
Yeah, there's lots of phrases.
Thank you.
But you mentioned that you're part of CRCorps, which helps students with getting involved on campus, right? You tour companies, networking, creating digital content, I know is a big one with CRCorps. Can you tell me a little bit more about being part of that and how the support that you've received being part of CRCorps has benefited you? Thank
you. Yeah, of course. CRCorps, or that's short for College Renaissance Corps, is a leadership program that is funded and managed by AmeriCorps. CRCorps is a leadership program that we basically go around and we empower community college students, mentor high schoolers or any other student who's interested in these programs here at community college. And the way we do that, of course, like you mentioned, social media, a lot of social media videos. We also go around, like the events I created, teach students it's a service program, right? We're here to serve our community, and just get involved in our community, not just here at CCD, but everywhere else. Because we're at CCD, of course, lots of students come here, but also lots of students from high schools, lots of students from transfer students who maybe they didn't like the 4-year vibe, and they need a 2-year. Here at CCD, we like CCD. We're trying to just show them what CCD has to offer, how CCD can help them, and how CCD can help them further their career goals. And at CRCorps, I feel like we do a wonderful job using the social media aspect. Of course, we got lots of great students, lots of great, passionate ambassadors who really teach these students about their pathways. Say, for example, my ambassador, former CRCorps alum, Spencer Mize, he is a welding student here at CCD. And he over my event at the CRCorps STEM Day, he brought over his table for the CCD AMC Advanced Manufacturing Center, and lots of students were very interested in welding, the careers that welding, and he just taught everybody. He seemed very passionate, and really showed us and really just hammered in how CRCorps could help these students elevate their careers, especially first generation students who may not know what they want to do, who may not like me, whose parents didn't go to college or didn't go to these careers.
So fully understanding college is a little bit, it's hard to wrap your mind around how it's going to benefit you in the long run when you see the price tag on colleges.
Yeah, I mean, CRCorps has been wonderful. Just the networking aspect too. We've met lots of great people. We've met lots of we went the other time. I think it was back. I'm not going to say what date, but it was a while back, a few months ago, we went to go tour Lockheed Martin, which is a big aerospace company here in Colorado. They hire a lot of engineers, a lot of computer scientists, a lot of technicians, and they're looking for people. I mean, a lot of these colleges offer these programs, but we don't have people to fill them. So our job there is just to show them, like, hey, there's this path. I mean, here's the path. You know, here's the benefits.
There's different ways to go
You got
from
so
that
many
path.
options. Like, that's our mission here, is just to and just to, of course, leadership skills, mentorship, just all these great things just kind of converge to create CRCorps and just our initiative of community service.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Thank you.
the networking part is huge because, quite frankly, it's sad, but you know, you can apply for jobs, but knowing someone, networking, getting your name out there, that is so important, and I'm so happy that you're getting the opportunity to do that.
What's that phrase? Your network is your net worth, right? Of course, networking is so important. Just like if any high schoolers have anything to take away from this, or any students,
Yep.
networking, right? Getting yourself out there, just those communication and social skills will go a long way.
So far, yes.
Knowing people, and just asking for help, like asking people, like, this is what you want to do, and this is how I'm gonna do it, and like the people will come help you. There's so many wonderful people in education that will come help you to help you look for that job, or so many mentors that will come help you look for that person who might get you that job or who might get you that career you've always wanted. So,
You never know who you're gonna meet.
Yeah, of course.
And especially, you know, being involved with CRCorps, which I guess brings me to my next question is, how do you balance your academic responsibilities with, you know, extracurricular, so having a life outside of school and CRCorps? Because I know that engineering requires a lot out of you academically.
Yeah, I mean, of course, balance. I wouldn't call it balance. I would call it juggling.
That's fair.
In college, of course, especially if you're doing engineering, time management is so important. For me personally, I would implore myself to spend 40 hours a week at school, because I know if I leave, because I know I could always leave campus, but I know if I leave campus, I wouldn't do my homework. So, you know, 40 hours of school are spent here, and I just try and get everything done. Get it here at 9, leave at 6, and just like all my homework for the day is done.
Okay.
But that's usually when I'm here at school without any extracurriculars.
Yeah.
But now with CRCorps, since it's just such a new program, we of course it was more of a juggling instead of a balance, because we're like, okay, some weeks we had no work. We worked like 5 hours, and it was easy to do all your work for your school. But then some weeks we had to put in 36 hours or 40 whilst studying for school.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, but that was at the beginning of CRCorps, because CRCorps is such a new initiative that we don't, of course, we don't know what we don't know what to do. So now that, but through the months, as time went on, we started to learn how to better manage our time here at CRCorps. We started to see, okay, 17 hours and then 40 hours, or you do 25 hours but then less school, and then you'll get it done on the weekends. So personally, how I did it, that's how I would do it. I would do it try and get school. School was a priority, of course. Student before.
Always gotta have school first.
Of course, student before athlete. Well, we're not really an athlete, but student before work. Student, get all my work done, and then do the CRCorps things. Unless CRCorps had to be done.
Yeah.
Which
Like,
it was.
hey guys, there's a deadline.
Yeah, they had to be done.
It's like, okay.
So that's how I would do it. And of course, like social life. I don't have a social life.
Your social life is school.
My social life, well, here at CCD, it's kind of, I like being CCD. Most of my friends attend CCD, and I socialize them plenty here. Of course, if I want, of course, we have weekends off, so I could go out on the weekends, but I'm more of a stay-at-home person. I like staying.
Homebody?
I'm a homebody. I just like staying at home. Not saying I don't go out, but yeah, I mean, I like staying at home. But of course, I'm always someone who's always trying to put the work in. So of course I would work weekends. I'm always working. I'm always putting in hours, just because of because I'm passionate about this. And
so it's not really like working to you.
It's not.
It's fun.
To me,
Is it?
To me, it's working towards a goal.
Okay. That's a good way to put it.
It's
And
what
working
motivate-
towards a goal, and yeah, what motivates you to get something done.
Because I kind of learned this from my dad. Because my dad, my dad likes building things, right? He's like me. He likes tinkering with things also. Because he's a construction worker, but he's more of he likes building things rather than me. Like I like moving parts. He likes more like building things. And at my house, whenever we start a project, my dad would come home from work, and he'd like work an extra 6 hours just building like a garage or something. I'm like, Dad, how do you have the motivation to do this? How do you have the energy? And he's like, look, I always set goals. Like, okay, today I'm gonna put in 5 more drywall tiles, or I'm gonna put this door in. And he just sets goals for himself.
Okay.
He sets tiny goals that are like SMART goals, right? Goals that he can achieve the same day. And that's what motivates him, because he really wants to get this done. It really he likes doing this. Mm-hmm. And I kind of applied the same principles to CRCorps. Like, okay, I'm going to meet with this student, teach him about CRCorps, or I'm going to make this video by today about STEM. And that's just kind of how I did it. And it went from like a slugfest, like, oh, do this, to just like, oh my God, I love doing this. Like, I could do this forever.
Comes easy.
It comes easy. Like the ideas are flowing, and of course, coffee, like caffeine, lots of caffeine.
Not too much coffee, not too much caffeine.
Not too much caffeine. Of course, that always helps. But I think just being motivated, I think you can do anything.
Yeah.
You could work forever if you could do anything, if you wanted to do it. If you don't, and if it's like, because I used to work at fast food, and fast food was such a bore. I hated it. And it just, to me, 4 hours felt like an eternity. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to leave. But this, I could work 6 hours and not even feel it, because it's just that, because I love it so much.
Imagine taking that even further and, having a career and it just being fun. You wake up every day. Like, it kind of seems like you're finding that path.
Yeah, I mean, that's why partly because I want to become an engineer, because I know I'll be doing things like that. Doing things that doing things I like to do. Mm-hmm. Because of course I've heard engineering jobs are like lots of answering emails and like lots of like phone calls, but I feel like part of me is like, you know what, I want to do that. I want to be a professional. Like, because my mom and dad, like I love him, but like construction, like it tends to be. I know there's professional jobs in construction, but like what my dad did, it wasn't really professional. He just kind of clocked in and you clocked out. But like I want to be like, I want to feel like I'm contributing to something. That's why I want an engineering job. Because kind of like I feel like, oh, with his talent, the things he's doing matter. That's kind of what motivates me.
Your talent does matter. Your mind matters. And honestly, your dad is probably so proud of you.
I hope he is.
There's no way that your parents are not proud of you for, not only finishing high school, but you're at CCD. You're what, in your second year?
I'm in my third semester.
Third semester. And I'm assuming that you have aspirations to go on to a 4-year university?
Yes. I mean, of course, engineering degree is no use without a 4-year, without a 4-year certification, and of course, go Buffs. I mean, my plan's to go to Boulder.
Okay.
It's not set in stone.
Yeah.
Because like, things can happen. You always got to pivot. It's one of my mentors told me, always pivot. You need to go somewhere else. Be ready to pivot. But for the plan now is just to go to the College of Applied Science and Engineering over at CU Boulder and graduate with my Bachelor's of Science in Mechanical Engineering and work in engineering.
I mean, keep up this work and you're gonna easily be at Boulder in no time.
Thank you.
So, looking ahead, do you have any specific companies, industries in mind that you'd like to apply your mechanical engineering degree and skills to? And I guess any other goals and aspirations after you complete that 4-year degree? Complete your 2-year and then your 4-year.
To complete my 2 years and my 4 years. I mean, so of course, nothing's set in stone, right? This is like years into the future. But my goal is to work in automotive. And my future, I don't plan on staying here in Denver, unfortunately. I love Colorado. It's forever. It's
But
forever
you're
my
from
home.
here,
It's forever
so
my home.
that makes sense.
But of course, I want to leave. Well, I don't want to leave yet. I don't want to leave, but I know it's gonna be best for me to leave. So I'm thinking, I want to work in automotive, probably the Midwest. I'm thinking Indiana or Minnesota, Chicago.
Minnesota.
Maybe Chicago, seeing how much I'm gonna go visit.
Ooh.
Maybe if I like it, work at a company there.
That would be cool.
And or if not, if I do want to stay here in Colorado, probably an aerospace company like Lockheed Martin.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of aerospace opportunities here in Colorado, but
Yes, there are.
for me, I want to work over at an automotive. Shout out to Cummins, the energy company over at it's based in Indiana. I can't remember which city. Kind of where I want to work. They are a very Hispanic serving company. They love Hispanic engineers, and
So do we at
Thank you.
CCD.
just want to work for a company that like supports me and just wants to sees my aspirations. Because like one of my mentors told me that like always be friends with people who want to invest in your future, right?
Mm-hmm.
You always want to be close with them because there's lots of people who don't. Lots of people who are just in it just to
Just for the paycheck,
right?
or to advance
Well, not even
themselves.
just for like me, right? And you got to find those people who want to invest in you. And I feel like when one of those companies, like Cummins, who like supports lots of engineers from backgrounds such as mine, I feel like it'd be like a good starting point, a good jumping off point for my career, since I feel like they really support me. They love the culture there is amazing, and yeah.
Hey.
And after that, of course, I want to go into management.
Okay.
I feel like I've always been a leader.
I mean, you did get
Get
invited to a
accepted.
leadership summit, so.
I mean, in high school, I was NHS vice president,
Wow.
National Honor Society. It was because it was my first year of being an NHS NHS alum, right? Because every year they would tell me, and I would never apply because I had other responsibilities after school.
Yeah.
Like I have a second job, or I got to go help my dad with this and that. Because I used to work with my dad construction, so he always needed help. And senior year, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna join it. And I joined it, and they were running for the president positions. And I applied for president, but you had to be at least 2 years in NHS to be president. So next best thing, vice president. And I won with a landslide, and I was like, okay.
With a landslide.
With a landslide, everybody voted for me.
Heck yeah.
I don't know what they saw in me, but everybody loved me. And from there, I did a homeless drive. Raised around at least 4 big trash bags of clothes to the homeless shelter.
In high
my
school?
In high school, yeah.
Wow.
Spearheaded by me. No, the president. I don't know what happened to the president, but kind of I was more of in charge in that. And
We won't name names. We'll keep it anonymous.
he knows who he is. I'm kidding. You got that out, right? I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding. I love you, Eduardo. He's
Best VP.
best
Over
president.
here.
Love Eduardo, but yeah. I mean, leadership always came kind of naturally to me. I've always been the type to, hey, you do this, that. Come over here. And I feel like management is that's just like my calling. I want to try management first, and then from there, I want to get out of the engineering space, maybe into education, maybe go into
Become a professor?
I don't know about a professor, maybe like an executive at a school.
Oh, so you're talking high up there kind of people.
Yeah, I mean,
like my boss.
your boss. I'm thinking maybe go into education. If not, I'll stay there for my company. But just I think if if my career goes well over in engineering, I'll probably go into education, maybe a community college just to give back. So.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you.
Oh, that's so good to hear, because not everyone's just like, I'm gonna leave my super cushy job to go into higher education.
It's never about the money.
Touche. Honestly, yeah, touche.
Money. If I really wanted money, I think I would have never went to school. I would have obviously worked construction, because there's lots of money in construction. But for me, it was more
you wanted to use your brain.
I wanted to see how far I can take this, and so far, I've been taking it pretty far. It's been paying off for me.
I'm just like sitting here smiling. Just everything that you're saying it warms my soul.
Thank you.
Just knowing that there are students like you out there that are so passionate about what they're doing, whether that be, engineering or working with CRCorps on the side. You're just doing amazing stuff here at Community College of Denver.
It's service.
Service.
It's like the corporate term for it. Service. Yeah, I mean, goals, of course, in a nutshell, graduate from graduate from CCD.
Yee.
Transfer to Boulder, graduate from Boulder. It's kind of like my short-term goals, like what I got to get done. And then from there, work at a company, preferably an automotive company that serves Hispanics, very socially, what is it called? Social justice? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
absolutely.
I don't want to like work for like a company that doesn't care about me. I want to work for someone who does care about me. And then from there, probably go into education, thinking community college, maybe high school. I don't know. High school's kind of. I don't like high school. I love high schoolers, but wait, no. Cut that out.
He loves interacting with the high school students through CRCorps. Is really what
yes
you meant.
I like mentoring students, but I feel like community college students are more like, I feel like I like them as because I see that passion inside them. They're like they want to go ahead, they want to like push ahead, and like that stigma of community college students just to help them out,
Yeah.
Go into education after my career. If not, if I don't like education, probably go back to engineering.
At least you have that option,
Maybe run for like mayor or something.
I support you.
Support me.
You name the city, I'll be there to support you.
Thank you. I won't want to say politics because politics is like a hot topic right now.
Yeah.
Like local politics here in the city, because
But be an activist of some sort.
Yeah,
in some way.
God knows we need them. Like there's so many like issues here in the city of just Denver. Like, have you seen what's been going on here? I mean,
yeah, it's something. So I support you with your academic endeavors, with your activism endeavors, all of it. It seems amazing, and I will have to catch up with you once you attend the summit in Chicago.
Thank you.
See how you liked Chicago. You got to bring back
City.
Lots of stickers for people. All the family gets a little gift.
TSA's gonna like.
They're gonna hate you.
TSA's gonna hate me.
Just like, why do you have so many trinkets?
I'm also not only going to Chicago, but in October 29th. So like Halloween week, I'm going to the SHIP engineering conference.
What is it?
Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers holds a conference every year.
Oh wow!
With all these companies that are Hispanic serving, and they just like offering. It's a career fair, right? But I'm not at the point where I can like take on an internship because I'm not a junior yet. But I really want to attend there just to build that connection with them,
networking
with the potential companies that might hire me, and I'm see you all there in Anaheim too. For my cousin too, she's an intern at Lockheed Martin. So.
Oh, you already got an in. Someone that put in a good word for you.
Yeah, of course. I mean, just the future looks. The future looks bright. Just I just got to keep working.
Yeah, that's all it takes is a little bit of hard work and dedication, and sprinkle on that passion.
Of course.
Absolutely.
If there's any last words?
I think you gave it your soul to this, and it seems like you give yourself to anything that you do. So, hey, all the companies that he mentioned, he's hireable.
I'll make you guys so much money.
I believe it.
I'm thinking like some advice to say.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, of course.
Give me. If I was a student,
like a younger student.
Yeah. Say I was like you. Parents.
First generation.
Yeah,
high
parents
school
didn't
student
go
who doesn't
to
know what
high
to
school. What would be your advice? Honestly, you know what? Don't even pretend it's me. What would you give your younger self? Like, what would you advise your younger self?
My younger self.
What advice?
So if I was 14 again and in high school at Global Leadership Academy, I would advise myself to do my homework. And yeah, I mean, this just goes for any high schooler. Get good grades and GPA. Your GPA is everything in high school. Nothing else matters. Yeah, of course, extracurriculars matters. I'm not saying like other schools don't take that into account, but for now, in high school, please focus on your grades. Gael,
I wish I would have done that.
14-year-old Gael, please focus on your grades. Do your SATs. Study for your SATs. Get involved at school. Extracurriculars. Don't get caught up in drama. It's not good for you. Just it's the time when you don't have responsibility and you have the most time that you can really like work on yourself and just try and find yourself through reading, traveling. If you can't, if you're a first generation student, you can't travel, just go around the city, go to your local colleges and universities, ask for, of course, younger me was very arrogant. I was very
no way.
I wouldn't listen.
I think we all are at that age.
And especially in education, the education space is full of so many people who want to help you. Go to your high school counselor and tell them, I don't know what to do. And they'll help you out. They'll be like, here's with this and that. Reach out to students who are in college. We love hearing from y'all. We have some amazing advice. You don't know everything. You gotta keep reading. You gotta keep expanding your knowledge. Just learn in high school. It's the time for you to learn. And just you don't have to have a set plan yet. Of course, that's what college is for, finding yourself. But in high school, you got to build those study skills, that study discipline.
Because that's going to stick with you.
You got to learn what's out there. And once you reach college, it's a different beast altogether. That's when you have responsibility. That's when what you do matters. The GPA is important, but it's not. But I think in college, networking is what really is going to get you that dream career. It's really going to get you that internship or master's program, fellowship, PhD, just networking, knowing people in the education space, knowing people in the career space. And of course, if there's like a CRCorps at your school, join it. If there's and just apply for scholarships.
Yes.
Apply for lots of scholarships in high school and in college. In college, there's so many scholarships for college students as well for high school students. You don't know what's out there. You got to find it. There's so many. Find yourself a mentor in high school or college. Of course, students like me, we're good mentors, but we don't know everything. So try and find somebody who's, from the same background, who is in the career you want. Ask them if they want to be your mentor. If they don't, knock on another door. You got to keep knocking on doors. You got to find that person.
You're going to get rejected a lot of times, but it only takes one person to be like, yes, I want you.
Yes. And of course, you keep knocking on the doors. You keep learning, stay young at heart. And yeah, that's it.
And don't let your imposter syndrome take over?
Nah, don't let your imposter syndrome. don't let your hubris manifest.
Okay.
Don't be overconfident. Because I think confidence is what kills the beast. Once you become arrogant, I think it's the moment you stop learning. And the moment you stop learning is the moment you stop growing. And the moment you stop growing is the moment it's like the climax to
that is
your
rather profound.
The moment you stop growing is the moment you stop improving, is the moment you start. It's the moment you reach your climax, and it's the moment you start in dissension.
We don't want that. We don't want to descend into...
You want to keep growing.
That.
Either you keep growing and then you reach old age and that's when you flatline, and then you go down because that's when you die. But you don't want to go in dissension because you're still young. You can't reach your climax yet. You gotta keep working, growing, reading, lots of reading. You gotta expand that mind.
Okay, last question. One book off the top of your head that you would suggest to an engineering or mathematics major.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
Do you have a favorite book at all?
I read for pleasure.
That's a good thing.
To me, reading is like my escape. It's to me, I don't like, of course, if a STEM major, read your calculus book or read your physics book, your chemistry book, because that's what the knowledge that you need. But just as a person overall, just read every book you can find. It's like, have you ever watched Hamilton?
Can't say I have.
You haven't watched Hamilton? No. Okay, and the song Hamilton goes, Hamilton reads every book he can find. He doesn't care. Newspapers, novels, dystopian novels, every book he can find. He reads them all because books are like a fountain for knowledge. So right now I'm reading it's by Liz Elting. She's like a billionaire. We went to a conference with her.
Oh, cool.
And she gave me her book. And in her book, she talks about how she became a millionaire or a billionaire using a translation company. And it just really shows, and there's so many like tips and things that I would have never thought of. And I'm not even a business major. Just knowing those things, just be like, I can apply them in my engineering. So if you're an engineer right there, just get reading. It doesn't matter which book you read, just start reading. Books will naturally come. You'll be like, oh, I really want to read that book. Or you ask like your mentor, she'd be like, recommend this book. Personally, I would recommend, that's what I would say for anybody who's my position, who's first generation, who's not really reading, just get started. Go to your library, pick out a book that you really like and get reading. Get into the habit of like 40 minutes every day. Read. Because you might learn something. It's like history.
Even if it's a new word, honestly, like that's beneficial.
Of course, I'm always reading. I'm always on my phone too, scrolling through reading like opinions. I don't think it's like healthy, but like going, like you ever like open I don't want to say Reddit because I don't know if like Reddit.
I wouldn't necessarily call it like a trusted source per se.
But like I open like there's like some news stories or there's like some blogs, articles, and I read through those constantly because like, there's my something because I never something like maybe I learned something from a world leader, say like Winston Churchill. His mentality was unbreakable. What I learned is that he had an unconditional policy of no surrender, right? Okay. Under no conditions would he surrender to the Nazis. And I realized, he's such a powerful leader that him doing that won them the war because say Winston Churchill surrendered to the Nazis would have invaded Britain, and now the United States can't come and do Operation Normandy or Operation Overlord and invade France from Britain. Therefore, either all of Europe becomes Nazi, or all of Europe becomes communist, and there's no in between. So, because of Winston Churchill's leadership and his unconditional surrender, he stopped all that from happening. So, I just want to apply that into myself. Be like, okay, I can't stop reading, even when I don't.
You would definitely read a lot. I feel like we've jumped from like business to engineering to history. Like you are. Like a man of many knowledge. That doesn't make sense.
It's just like
of much knowledge.
It's all interconnected. Humanities is just as important as STEM. They kind of like they're intercombined. If you want to become successful at STEM, you got to have your humanities. If you want to become successful at humanities, you got to know your sciences. And in leadership, you can't give up. Unconditional surrender. Like you were like, oh, you really want to go to this party? Nope. Finish your homework. Because that's what's going to get you to your career. Finish that homework. Go talk to that person. Go do this. Don't be shy. Worst they can say is no. And if they say no, go talk to another person.
Perfect.
Advice, be young at heart, read, and just keep going. Don't surrender.
Keep it on.
Don't surrender to your urges.
Yeah, to yourself.
To yourself. Don't surrender to yourself because the moment you reach that climax is the moment you're going to go down. You got to keep growing.
I love that.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on CityHawk PodTalk. I can't wait to hear about all your adventures. Please keep me posted. I'm sure I will catch up with you at some point. But with all these summits coming up, good luck.
Thank you.
I know that you will make CCD look amazing.
Just want to one picture if like. Where the mascot is, I want to take a picture of them like this and frame it in my room. Be like, once I graduate CCD, I have a picture with the CityHawk with Swoop like this right here, with me next to him like that.
I'll be sure to get that at your graduation in 1.5 years, right?
It's gonna be because my degree is gonna take like 2.5 semesters, so it's gonna be.
I'll still be here.
In spring.
I'll make sure you get that picture.
I'll work hard, maybe try and graduate in fall, but I don't really want to burn myself out.
Don't burn out yet. Yeah, you're too young for that.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you again.